Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Do not adjust your TV sets, although you may need to in a moment. This is just to prove a point. This is the map tour for Lipka Wielka by ThatReider, I think that's how you say it. 376.61 megabytes download. I am on Riverbend Springs at the moment. This is just to show you, this is a standard map. This is my current settings that I use for my Let's Plays, mod reviews, everything. I don't tend to fiddle around with any of my settings at all. So what I'm going to do now is come out of here and we'll go into the map tour and I'll show you what I've started with. I'm assuming everyone else was, but I had to come out and check because I suddenly thought, has something gone wrong with my TV? So I'll show you, we'll go in and we'll start the map tour. So this is Lipka Wielka. I'm assuming this is going to get an update. Well, I'm going to make some adjustments in just a moment to make life a little bit easier. You're probably going to need sunglasses. There are no required mods to download, and there's nothing in build mode added in by the map maker. Slot count in all three game modes is 1,123. I got that down to 1,038. You can probably get it lower by removing equipment, machinery and the buildings at the start farm. We'll get to the start farm later on. There are no custom crops. Contracts are available. It does say there are 25 collectibles in the details. So what I am going to do, this one here, we're going to go to settings, go to graphics, and I have my brightness on 1.6 all the time. Don't know what anyone else has. That just works for me. I'm going to bring that right the way down to 0.6, and hopefully, there you go. It just dulls it down enough, because without that dialed down, you can't see Ben. It's literally whited out completely. So like I say, I'm assuming, I tried off camera to change month. I tried speeding up time. I got to a point where it was raining, it was cloudy, it was still really, really bright. So like I say, I haven't adjusted anything from what you just saw in Riverbend Springs. Anyway, that all being said, the map looks like this. On New Farmer, we do start with the main start farm here. This plot of land there, 239,415. We do start with a few fields. These fields all along here. Field prices vary because we've got very small fields at reasonable prices, and as we move across the map, the fields we've got some larger ones out to the east, and the prices are a little bit higher on those. And as we move down the map, the bigger they get, more expensive the plots are. What I will say is, like I say, with this dialed down a little bit, and I hope it does get an adjustment, an update, because it's a cracking map. The detail is amazing. I have one complaint, if you can call it. Yeah, it's a complaint, I guess. You've got loads and loads of plots like this. We've got farmhouses, you've got gardens, you've got all these amazing plots with tons and tons of detail, all on plots of land you can't buy. So you can't do anything with them. I mean, I suppose you can drive into them if the gates are open, but you can't place anything. You can't, I guess you could add them into a storyline. And then we've got all these plots which are really, really dark, whilst not technically forests, like for doing forestry. And we do have a few plots. Oh, I say we have a few plots. I thought we had a plot. There we go. We have a forestry plot kind of there. These have got, it says apple tree, but they're not apple trees as in they grow apples. But I'll show you a plot when we get to one. I think we're going to drive across one later on. And this is this is an out and back one as well. So it gives the impression the map goes on a lot further than it does. The main road straight out from where we are now, we're going to go down across there. Then we're going to come across and down another one. We go up one route, back down another one, up. So there's a lot of out and back. But like I say, it's a really nicely made map with a ton of detail. It's just a pity you can't access it. Loads of waterways here and there, ponds, puddles, rivers. Again, there's been time taken on it, which is very, very cool. So let's just get around the yard. Ben is here. Vehicle shop. Another thing I found as well, because it was so bright, you couldn't see any of these. At least on FS22 they were blue, so you could sort of see them a little bit better. But anyway, there's your main vehicle shop. Around the corner here is the workshop trigger just over here, and the reset point for the map is just here, as it stands. Just around the corner we've got Noah there, and then we've got sale on PGR, which is one of the main sell points. There's a few sell points on the map. If we come around Yeah, we do go around the back. We got a gas station. And like I say, all of this, the weathering, the detail, you know, it does have a great feel. I thought I could start mucking around my TV monitor screen settings, but that's not kind of the point. The gas station is just there. We come a little bit further round from the gas station. We have got the animal dealer point, and we have got Katie just here. What we're going to do is just what it does say in the description as well is there are animated animals on various different farms, on static farms. So again, you've got that level of immersion to it. And before people start smacking that dislike button, I don't like it because it's washed out. Because, like I say, it's the map. It will probably get an update, and it's still that thing. If you're not liking the map, if you dislike the video, it doesn't help the algorithms. It doesn't help things. Anyway, that being said, what we're going to do is grab a vehicle so we can get around. Let's just grab a car. Doesn't matter what. Let's do that. No, I don't want to buy it. Let's lease it. Crack out around to where it is, and let's crack on and have a look. I always feel bad when there's things like this as well, because, like I say, as you're going round, it doesn't do it justice. You know, the time and effort that's gone into it. So, we're going to head down here. Water is just to the right there. Got to keep it on the map. So I say, there's little ponds and waterways and little farms all over the place. There's a lot going on. I suppose I was going to say it's got a very Spikovo feel to it. A lot of the Polish maps have that kind of same style and look, but I like that. I like that in a map. There are some absolutely phenomenal Polish maps out. Overtook me and then slowed down. What's going on? So we're almost down to the bottom of the map. Left hand side, we turn in here. We have got to our right cotton sales. We think it's cotton and wool. Just there. To our left, as we turn in here, we've got a biomass heating plant sell point just to the side here. And then I think, as far as I can tell, the only production that's on the map is this one here, the sawmill, which is available. If we come into here and down to there you go. Available, that's it, the sawmill here on the map. On the sawmill, we come around the sides here, we've got milk sales, just there. Palleted items, pallet sales, just here. Like I say, a little bit, it's like a little river down the bottom, and it looks like the map goes on and on. It's yeah, I think it just has a very natural feel to it. Right, I'm looking for, although I think we're going to have to head almost up to the top. Although, can I cut across here? This might just take me to a field. We might be able to cut across, or it might take me to the edge of the map. What's that? What did I just say? Am I going mad? Whoa! So I've come a different route to the route I went when I did my prep. I wasn't expecting to see that. There's not another one here, is there? I was going to say, chance there have been two cars. I wonder how that happened. It's going to take me off the map. Let me just check. I may have come the wrong way. Yeah, I have. So I'm heading across the map to this road here. So what I'll probably do is cut across the edge of this field, maybe. To see there, what I was going to do was drive all the way back up to there and take this track all the way down. And I saw that as we came out and thought, oh, that will take me across there. But like I say, that kind of goes off. Let's see if we can... this is a big field, isn't it? Apologies to the owner of the field for crop destruction. Let's put that on so we can actually see more of where we're actually going. Sorry. Not the best. So it's probably just my luck I'll end up in a ditch here or something. There's what I'm talking about, look. All the detail going on this little farm, and you can't buy the plot, you can't do anything with it, but there's so much happening. Little river running off down the bottom there. All very picturesque and lovely. Where are we going now? What's here? This is very unlike me. I normally stick to the roads if I can, but I made a mistake. So, this little farm here, again, you can't buy it, but David is down here. I just thought he's down here. And again, load going on. He's just there. So we've just come right across the bottom of the map. I have sort of kind of had a look as I've been going along. Actually, as we drive up here, we should be able to see one of these fields that's got the kind of the apple trees in it. I just think there's enough variety of landscape, of field types, of detail. And again, at 376.61 megabyte download, if I didn't say that already, I'm saying it again now. It's not huge. There's not a lot, considering the amount of detail you're getting. So here, on the right hand side, this is what a lot of those dark plots look like. So they're not actually growing apples. They are apple trees. If you come up to them, it does say tree. And these can be removed if you want to cut them down and make a plot with something else on. Or if you've got an apple tree mod, you might want to add apples onto the plot amongst the apple trees already there. But there are quite a few plots that have got those on. So rather than thick forestry, you've got some sort of smaller, easier stuff to remove. We're going to take the left fork here. I did buy the plot of land those beehives on just to see if you got them, but they're just, I think they're decorative. There weren't any bees coming out of them. So left fork all up here. There goes another plot there. I like the fact most of the map as well is off the beaten path. There's sort of a main roadway, or a couple of main roadways. The rest of it is kind of, it's just open farmland and fields. Considering we're right up against the left hand side, again it looks like it goes on and on, which is rather cool. Come down into here, we've got debris crusher. Just to our left. We've got sale of root crops just here. And we've got a bale sell point just here. And what we're going to do is come back out of here because there's fencing all around it. Just skirt along the side of it, and that should cut us across onto the next track we need to be on, which is heading up the map. There's a track here somewhere. There we go. I must remember to put my settings back when I finish on here, because otherwise when I go back into my other maps everything's going to be really dark. So if we follow this road all the way up, we come up into, I guess, the town, I suppose. but up onto the main road. Just here. Some work's going on. We're going to head to the start farm. Which is just here. We're just pulling on the grass. Wardrobe trigger at the back of the farmhouse. Sleep trigger at the front of the farmhouse. Just there. We have got a Zetor there, and in the shed some equipment and machinery. As you can see, I think we've got a seed spreader. Fertilizer spreader just there. In this shed, there you go. Seeder case tractor just there. In this large barn we have got our harvester, header and header trailer just there, and then just over here we've got a Farmer 800 silo, standard base game, 800,000 litre standard crops, and a trailer just there. There's nothing in it, it is empty. We don't start with anything, we don't start with any animal pens or anything like that either. Now what I'm going to do is just go airborne momentarily. So back out to the main road here. This is what I'm talking about. So if you follow the main road round, got all of these yards, and this main road brings us back along to where we started, which was along here. So we started here at this bit by Ben. We come just up here, there's another road that runs out this way. There's no sell points for being out here, but all of these plots with all this stuff going on. In amongst all the farm fields. It's got a nice sweep to it all. Like I said, I don't know. I like it. I'm so frustrated. I'm not frustrated, gutted. I think about the colour thing. I just, because it's so, it just feels really washed out now. That's why I wanted to show Riverbend Springs at the start, because I knew as soon as if I did the video, I would get comments, people saying you need to adjust your TV settings, you need to do this, you need to do that, it's this, it's that. I never usually have a problem. I've had map tours where the shaders have been too dark and the shadows are very, very dark. I don't think I've ever had a map like this that's been so bright on standard settings, in inverted commas, like I say, which when you're, I mean, I've always done map tours for information sharing. So look, here's the map, this is what it's like, you know, these are the features, and for me personally, I want to give the map maker a fair shot, a fair crack, and say, look at it, you know, this is cool, play on it. It's just, yeah, it's one of those things. Like I say, I'm assuming it will get an update, and maybe there's going to be something in the XMLs, which I know nothing about, which will get some tweaks and stuff and adjustments potentially. So what I need to do now, again, just to show, if we go back into our settings, back to graphics, and I put them back up to what they normally are, what I normally have them on. Every map tour I've ever done has been on this. Yeah, that's just oofta. Right, that's the map. I have been sort of around plucking up little plots here and there. I haven't found any other sell points, haven't found any pastures, animal pens or anything like that. As far as I can tell, all these grass fields are just that. They are grass fields, not animal pastures. I did kind of have a look as I was going around. So there we go. That is Lipka Wielka by ThatReider. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.